Hi, it's Josh again. I'm doing two movie reviews in one day. And the next movie review I'm going to be doing is for a movie called I, Tonya. And I, Tonya is about this true story, the very interesting true story of Tonya Harding. And for those of you who don't know, Tonya Harding is a very, very controversial Olympic skater because the whole Nancy Kerrigan situation. Her boyfriend, ex ex husband, broke Nancy Kerrigan's legs, and this is actually a pretty decent movie. There's a couple little issues, but for the most part, it's actually somewhat decent. And this movie is the acting here is very very good. From Margot Robbie, she did a very good job as Tanya. She did a good job of playing that abrasive, rough side of Tonya Harding. You could definitely tell that she was a little rough around the edges, but that's because her mom, played by Alice Janney, pretty much raised her that way to be rough around the edges. And her mom was just this really, really awful person who basically beat her, and she just was not a very nice person. Her husband just beat her. Her husband abused her too. So she has had quite a life, Tanya Harding, but that still doesn't make an excuse for what happened. I don't. This movie kind of had Tanya Harding as a little bit of the victim, which in a little bit of a way I can understand, but still, come on. Your boyfriend broke your enemy's legs. Your boyfriend broke your competitor's legs, or one of your competitor's legs. Come on. Are you seriously going to tell me that you didn't know anything about that? Come on. But anyways, the one problem I did have with the movie is just that Tanya Harding was pretty much seen as the victim, and I think they could have spent a little bit more time on Nancy Kerrigan's story. I wish they would have spent a lot more time on Nancy Kerrigan's side of the story, to be honest. And that was my one major issue with this movie is the portrayal of Tanya Harding, because they made her look like she's completely innocent, and I don't think she is. I just don't. That's just my personal opinion. She's not completely innocent of the situation. However, I can understand why Tanya Harding had a very hard life. And the makeup in this movie is amazing. When the movie first started, I thought it was the actual Tanya Harding because it had Margot Robbie in pretty heavy makeup. I actually thought it was Tanya Harding. And Allison Janney has pretty good makeup too because they made Allison Janney look pretty old in this movie, so they did a pretty good job there. But in my personal opinion, the best part of this movie is the soundtrack. Oh my goodness, the soundtrack is amazing. And with the soundtrack, it fit the story. It totally fit with the flow of the story. With each scene that had a song in it, and it was basically 70s, 80s songs, it fit right along with the story, right along with the scenes. The soundtrack is really, really, really good. My favorite part of this movie. I have a couple of songs stuck in my head because the soundtrack was that great, and the directing was pretty good too. I like the cinematography in this, and I always have to give this movie a B minus, just because I felt like they portrayed Tanya Harding as a little bit too much of the victim, and I just wanted to see more of Nancy Kerrigan's story. I'm interested in seeing Nancy Kerrigan's side, and that I wanted this movie to at least be 50-50, and it seemed just slightly one-sided, I guess. And I was hoping to see the other side of the story just a little bit more. So that's why I'm giving this movie a B minus. Hope you enjoyed my review. Bye.